Alright guys, so today we're working on a Acura MDX 6-cylinder. We're replacing all the motor mounts, the shift selector sensor, and we already did the training on the bottom. That's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. The one on the front and the one in the back and the one on the passenger side, that's going to be hard. But we're here on the front. Now for the front, you gotta take the grill off. Obviously you got a big black plastic piece, this one right here, and then you got the grill that you gotta take off. Once you get to here, you gotta loosen it. You gotta take this guy off. You gotta take this one, this bracket here for the condenser, and there's another bracket here. So you can have play. Then you get to the radiator where the fan bolts onto. It has one bolt here, and then the hose, you gotta take the hose off. And then basically I got all this taken out because I was changing the sensor down here. So basically out of all of that out of the way, you gotta unplug from the fan itself, and then you gotta unplug from the lock. After that, the thing has a vacuum on the bottom, the motor mount. So after that, you gotta play. Once you loosen it up, you gotta kind of bend this section here a little bit so you can get the fan off. It comes from this side. Reason why? Because I do not want to take the radiator out. Even though it's bent and everything, I'm gonna try to save it without having to replace that. So that being said, you gotta bend this corner a little bit so that the fan can come out, and then you just gotta slide it out. Now this cable here, it has two connectors on the fan housing itself. You gotta take those out so you can take the fan out, and it comes out through here. So then you can get to the motor mount, which is this one. It has 4 bolts on the sides and then one in the center, and it has that cover right on top of it. So take it out, comes right out. You gotta jack the engine a little bit so you can half play and you can take it out. But other than that, you put everything back together the same way. Now I'm going to put the cover. I already tightened down the 4 bolts on the corner and the one on the center. I'm going to put the cover on it, and then I'm going to start putting the fan back on the same way that I took it out, and try to route everything the same way. That way we can try to save this radiator from having to replace it. So yeah, it's pretty tricky. It's doable, but probably easier if you take the radiator off. But that will mean that we have to get hook the hoses on the bottom, the other fan, a lot more stuff. And on top of that, you're gonna have to put water in. So we're trying to avoid that by removing that fan on this side and going about it that way. So all this is nonsense. The battery trade and all that, you can take that off pretty straightforward. And again, the radiator comes out through here, and then we're gonna slide it in the same way. We're gonna put the cover. We're gonna put the vacuum that goes on the mount. Andy, saca las puntas. The vacuum that goes on the mount, and that's it. We're gonna start putting everything back together. Alright guys, as always, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Alright, later.